Hello everyone, this is Lori Skinner from thiscraftersdream.com. Today we're going to be making this fairly simple and quick card. As you can see, the star of the show is the designer series paper. I wanted to come up with a card that you can utilize whatever you have on hand. I know there's been a lot of issue with back orders, things not getting with just the global shipping issues. It's just been a challenge to do projects around specific stamp set. So this way I wanted to show you that you can utilize what's available or really what you have on hand and making the designer series paper the star of the show. So my sentiment actually came from the Flowering Tulips stamp set, which is available. And it's going to be in the new upcoming annual catalog as well. So that's a bonus. And where is it? Let's see. Oh, I don't even have my stamps out yet. Let me grab this real quick. This is my second try on this video. After breaking my leg in, oh gosh, it was September of 20. Yeah, September 11th of 20. I was on a camping trip and I slid down an embankment and shattered my ankle on my lower leg. And this is my first video since doing that. And since then, I have found that a lot of the programs I was using on my husband's old iPhone are no longer supported. So I did the video and I tried to edit it and add things like I normally do, combine videos. It didn't work. So here I am making a new one. So I'm really good at putting this card together. So basically what we have here is, here's my little packet for this card. Let me put this aside. And let's see. If you come to my classes, this is the way you get my projects. You always get an envelope, and this is for decorating the inside of the card. I always decorate the inside of my cards. Oops, and I cut this the wrong way. So this one will go across the bottom instead of the side. But I decorate my cards and my envelopes. So I always tell everybody, please don't send naked envelopes. People love to get envelopes that are decorated. If you get a card in the mail and it just has a plain old envelope, you're kind of like, oh, I wonder what this is. But if you get a card that has a beautiful stamp on it, you get a lot more excited about what's inside of it. It's like, oh my goodness, look at that envelope. I wonder what it looks like inside. So do yourself and the people you're sending the card to a favor and just decorate your envelopes. It's super simple. I usually coordinate whatever my projects. I just kind of take the stamp and stamp the envelope at the same time. So I'm going to put this aside. We'll do this at the very end. So what we have here is, this is a piece of Just Jade that is 4 1/4 by 11, and I just scored it at 5 1/2. This is just your base card. We have a piece of Just Jade that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and this is what we are going to be embossing with the Hive 3D embossing folder. Love this thing, it's great. We have a strip of, this is from the Sweet Symmetry designer series paper. This is on the last chance list, and I looked it up before I did my video, and it is still available. This just has some really fun patterns to it, so it's just, do yourself a favor, go grab some real quick. We have this DSP, which I don't know if I said it, but it's 3 by 5 1/16. It's an odd size because when you have these 3D embossing folders and there is a lot of detail to them, what ends up happening is when you emboss it, it kind of shrinks the DSP just a hair. Not a lot, but just a hair. It's like almost a 1/16 of an inch. So I cut this just barely 1/16 of an inch shorter, so when it shrinks, it's going to fit perfectly. And then this is also from the Sweet Symmetry. Isn't that a cute pattern? This is also from the Sweet Symmetry Designer Series paper, and this is a strip so we can punch. See, we can, this is what we're using. We're using the Label Me Fancy and Label Me Lovely punches. I always punch them out, but I show you ahead of time, just if I mess it up, I have some. And then this is just a strip of 1.5 inch basic white for our sentiment. Put this stuff off to the side. And what we'll do first is we will emboss. Okay, my emboss. Okay. I had to set up my own little filming studio in my guest bedroom because when my husband works, he's on the phone a lot. So it's been really hard to do videos, to do a lot of things in our office because we share an office. And so I rearranged my guest bedroom, which we call it Sierra's room, my daughter, because she's the only one that really sleeps in here. And I set up a little video and video and photo booth in here. So I can come in and do my videos. The only thing is, this is also where we keep my dog's kennel. And the last time I did the video, I was getting everything set up and he snuck in here. And he's kind of loud. He makes a lot of noises. He barks at every little thing that he can hear. So I made sure I shut him out this time. Okay, so we got that done. Let me put this away. Okay, so here is, isn't that beautiful? Just so much texture. You can do it on either side. I'm gonna do it on this side today. Put that away, I don't need that anymore. Okay, so you'll see how quick this card is to put together. So I am using liquid glue. When you have these embossed pieces that have a lot of texture to them, the liquid glue just holds, it gets into the nooks and crannies a little better. And I just like liquid glue because it gives you a couple extra minutes to move stuff around to get it even. Oops, see? You move it one way, and then you gotta move it back the other. Here, let's just pick it up and try it again. Oh. And I'm not sure if you know, but if you are using tape adhesive, if you get it down wrong, you need to move it. If you take your heat gun and you open it and you just heat the bottom of the card, don't scorch it, but just slowly reheat it, your adhesive will pop off so you can move it around. Okay, now I gotta get the glue off my fingers. Okay, so now we're going to glue down our beautiful Sweet Symmetry Designer Series paper. Okay. This is just over here to the edge, a hair. And see, by cutting this just a little bit smaller, the DSP, it fits perfectly. So how is that for easy? See, most of our cards are already done. Now all we have to do is punch and do our sentiment. Pretty fast card. Okay, so we have our Label Me Lovely punch. And when you're punching, you want to pay attention to the direction of your DSP, which way you want it, just so you have it, because I'll be honest, I punched it wrong. I put it in here and it was wrong. So I turned it the right way. And I like to line up my patterns so they're kind of even. It's just me, you don't have to. Okay, we have that. Put that away. So this ribbon that I'm using, it's Just Jade gingham ribbon. It is from, oh, where do I have it written down? There it is. See, I have it written down. instead of keeping this combo pack, it's the Flowers for Every Season combo pack, and it came with 3 ribbons. And instead of keeping them together, I took them apart and I just wrote what it was from. But we are just going to take a hunk of this. And to get the tabs like this, take your ribbon and you're going to twist it and put them together. I think I cut this a little long. Oops. Gotta hold them together, otherwise you won't get even tips. There is somebody out there doing a lot of moving with a piece of heavy equipment, and all I can hear is the beep, beep, beep of it backing up. So if you hear beeping coming through, somebody's doing some, I think it's the people behind us that have a vineyard. Okay, so see, now we have the little tab. We are just going to staple it to this. My old trusty Stampin' Up stapler. I wish they would bring this back. I love this tool. Okay, see, so now we have our little tab, and this we're just going to glue straight down. I thought about popping it up, but I didn't want too many layers on this, so I just put a ton of glue, especially around the ribbon. And just press. Press, press, press. Okay, so now, I always get a little glue on my fingers. Okay, so this is what our punch piece is going to end up being. But I will stamp it, and here it is. So I am using Calypso Coral ink for the sentiment. And this says, just thinking of you today. You can use any sentiment you need. You can leave the sentiment blank. And then when you figure out what sentiment you need, you can just pop one on. You can have this already punched out with the card, so when you need your sentiment, you just stamp it, and off you go. I like projects that are versatile. Okay, so let's punch this out. Perfect. My dimensionals. I popped this up. This was the only piece that was popped up on my card. I know, amazing. I think I should buy stock in dimensionals. I use them so much. So let's see, dimensionals. Put that on. Don't worry about writing down all the dimensions. I'll have all the dimensions in the description. And also, if you hop over to my blog, there is dimensions there, and there's also a link to everything that I used. So you can hop over there and purchase anything you need. Just like I said, keep in mind that this paper is on the retiring list, so even though I looked it up this morning, it could be gone now. But this is also, this card is more to show you just a quick, easy layout and how you can make your decorative paper the star of the show. Okay, let's see. I use these adhesive back hexagons. Hopefully they're still available too. Things run out fast. Okay, so that's basically the outside of the card. Super cute. Love it. I'm going to make some other examples just to show you what we can do. Now, where did I put it? Here we go. The inside of the card and the envelope. So the inside of the card, I just glue this down. Since I'm using the sentiment, just thinking of you, I didn't stamp a sentiment on the inside of the card. I wanted to give myself more room just to be able to write a note, a longer note. Turn this around. Let's see. Some little flowers are up. You could really go either way. Sometimes you just got to look at the strip that you cut and see which way the pattern looks. If it's a pattern that can go either way. Okay, glue this to the inside. I used to wait to decorate the cards until I needed them on the inside. But then I was always scrambling trying to find everything I needed. So I found it's just so much easier to decorate just do everything at once. Now I have done it to where I don't glue this piece in. So if I make a mistake, you know, sometimes when you're writing, you make a mistake. So I've not glued the inside pieces on. I've just kind of stuck them in the card. So when I go to send it out, I can write my note. And if I mess up, I could just recreate something real quick. So that's another option. Okay, so our envelope for this, oh, I got something on. Okay, what I did is I used this butterfly from the Amazing Silhouettes stamp set. As you can see, it's the only one I've used. It was kind of nice. I got this free from Stampin' Up for attending an event. And we just had another event. It was called On Tour, and it's just for demonstrators. And it was virtual since everybody's trying to get stuff back live, which they just announced that they're going to start doing in-person events again in November. So we're all excited. But I just attended a virtual event Monday night, and I got my new catalog. And my pre-order is supposed to be here today with all of my in colors papers. I'm excited about that. Isn't that pretty? Just a pretty little stamp. Okay, so here we go. We have a card and we have a pretty little envelope to go with it. Isn't that fun? Okay, let's see. Now, just remember in the description below, I'll have all the sizes, everything that I used to make the card. And remember, like I said, this paper is on the retired list. If it's gone, then there's other paper you can get. There's just so many beautiful papers you could utilize this. So just grab whatever paper you have on hand and just make a card. Okay, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this card. I enjoyed making it for you. And again, my name is Lori Skinner. I'm with thiscraftersdream.com. Hop over and see me. Bye.